Roses are red, violets are blue.
It's time to write a poem. Pick your words you think the favorite club member would like. Something good might. Okay.
Fuck.
I have to pick 20 words?
Yeah, but you have to pick who you're writing it towards.
How do I pick her?
I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to like pick words that we think that they might like.
I'm just gonna do me.
Do you, bro? Do you? Oh, Climax sounds good.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Oh,
it
bro.
tells you which one they're.
Okay.
Okay. This is how we figure it out.
I think all of them are purple now. Yeah.
No, I mean like they jump.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, depending on who you pick. Look. See?
Oh, that's cool.
Together.
It's cute.
She might be more. She might be more sad, right?
Of course, she said we're all sad. Yes.
It's all going towards her.
Yes, Mitsuki.
Intellectual.
Vibrant. Ambient? You think? Yes, dude.
I need her philosophy.
Philosophy. Okay. Peaceful, probably. Determination?
Horror.
No, I don't think it's horror.
Horror.
Okay.
She's the one that's reading the horror books. Anxiety, maybe?
Is it? It is.
I know her.
Okay.
I know my girl.
Okay.
Despise.
Alright, I see you.
No. God damn it. Unstable.
Yeah.
Oh, I love her. She's so damaged.
Doki.
What's that? Oh, that's the name of the thing.
I don't know what it means.
Maybe
It stands
horror?
for something. I think 100% it's horror. Yeah.
Shut up, you don't even know.
Oh, no, I thought another word was horror. That's why I was like,
Defeat.
oh. No. I don't know what Doki means. I thought you meant like another word was horror.
Passion, infallible. I don't know what that means.
Kitty is for sure Natsuki. Daydream? Or passion?
Passion.
Oh, no. Fuck. Depression.
Hopeless. Oh, there's depression. Oh, god damn
Oh,
it.
fuck. Alright.
You're ruining it.
I'm sorry. Parfait. That's too sweet.
Judgment.
Oh, you're so good, Alex.
Oh, god damn it. Oh, I'm supposed to be reading. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was last to come in, so everyone else was already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Alex.
It's such a good voice.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like, he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. Bitch. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Fucker. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Yeah, bitch.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Same.
Manga is literature!
Same.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki flops back. Don't worry, guys. Oh. Alex Kun always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without even asking. Alright, dude.
Bro,
like
this
cooking,
song.
cleaning my room.
Byakugan! How dependable.
So bad, dude.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy and it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
She's jealous. How come? You and Alex could become good friends too. Get her. Look at her.
Sayori?
What the fuck?
Sayori?
It's As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori! Me? Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Byakugan! Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess
that
it's
means
up to...
it's okay, duo? Okay.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here.
Oh.
Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book.
Book?
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could,
Fuck. I'm just saying.
Discuss it if you wanted.
Discuss it? You know what that means.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book that she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some schedule of the school activities.
Club.
But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but to notice her intense expression like she's waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious about your... Goddamn, dude, chill. But at the same time, I would feel bad if we're distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages.
Okay.
Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her... Okay, I'll say it after. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading this bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
What?
Where the fuck is Philip?
He's dead, dude. I'm telling you.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant.
Buy one, get one half off.
I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? Byakugan! What's it about anyway? Well... I think I read my part in the girl voice.
You did. You did.
8 trigrams. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. This book is. I'm so
Jesus.
stuck on that voice now.
Jesus.
Portrait of Markov. There's an
Illuminati.
ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't actually give something away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Alex?
No, I am.
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so I don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you relate to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with their villainous plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
She's so sad.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I just sit here, right? I slipped her to the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. Oh my god, it's so much reading. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really like apologizing a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold the book more in between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. it feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to open the book. I guess that makes it a little difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and her forefinger.
Seems very uncomfortable. What you think?
I don't care, I love her.
Okay, that's true.
I do the same with my right arm on the right side of my book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after she flips it to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. Face again and our eyes meet. Did her eyes move?
I don't know, dude. Actually, I'll trip it out right now.
I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
She's smiling.
I don't mind being patient if it takes a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you're so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, she just assumes that she finishes the page before me, so I turn in my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange.
Cute.
My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her the side, and she catches it with her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. Sorry. This might be... I didn't read the thing!
I'm sorry. It was
God
really
fucking
funny.
damn it.
I'm sorry, it was just really funny.
The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so?
Crazy.
How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second-guessing all of the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your mannerisms. I see.
Damn it.
Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Alex-kun, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I'm more meant that's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other.
Poem time.
We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales and spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if I haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find something to share with? I can't. Oh. I got caught up in reading.
Damn, Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull all of their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. Nice. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Yes.
Who should I show my poem to first?
Wife.
My
Yuri.
wife, obviously.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional. Yeah, well, what's that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experiences do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This was the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's specific writing habits that usually typical of new writers, and have been doing it. Oh my god! And have been through that myself. I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing is that I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up writing styles separate from the topic matter, and they fit the two together. The end result is that both the styles and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if the rare opportunity is hers, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be literature club? Ghost under the light. What is this? Tensils in her hair?
I thought that said wait, what? It is tensils.
No, because there's a D.
No, that's a D.
TND. Tendrils of my hair
illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker past. What a beautiful writing. Holy shit, that cursive. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
What if it actually times you?
I know, right? That's what I'm saying, dude.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
That's true.
That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easily to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghost fury? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Alex-kun. Really? I must have missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more to tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolical compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of her past, as soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. It's impressive. It's really nothing. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I probably learned a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know. I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to do my best for you, Alex-kun. Me too. We're gonna do one that you talk in.
Yes. Dear Story. It's gonna be good.
Dear God, that hurt.
This is a good poem, Alex-kun. Are you sure it's your first time? Ooh, are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I that kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Question mark? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Alex-kun. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying to do things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all, yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub to sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Are you fucking? That's adorable.
That's funny because like they made her poetry style more like simplistic because she's like rhyming the words right after.
And then fucking I want breakfast. Fuck, how do I
click outside of the poem?
Oh, do you? Okay. Sayori? This is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It just came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really. Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast.
Oh my god.
I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. The fuck? Yeah? But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it.